We start this hour with a live look here for beautiful Folsom Lake. Boy, that is a sunrise and a half. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll join Mike Tassell coming up in a few minutes with a report on where all that snow melt is going.
And you see that water moving pretty fast there too.
Good morning to you. I'm Teo Torres.
And I'm Brandy Cummings in for Deirdre Fitzpatrick with a raspy voice. Pushing through. Hey, Tam.
We'll get you through this, Brandy. And look at this stunning color here lighting up on the horizon. So if you're just, brushing your teeth or getting breakfast ready for the kids, come on over your TV screen and check this out. Gorgeous glow there as the sun is coming up here in downtown Sacramento. This one featured from 555 Capitol Mall. And that's because we have just an array of clouds out there. And these clouds on occasion have been giving way to some sprinkles, some showers, and some thunderstorms while you've been sleeping. Here's the view top of the 6 o'clock hour. In the last 3 hours, been watching the cloud cover really comb across areas like Plumas County, and Highway 70 has been a popular corridor for those showers, especially around 1, 2, and 3 o'clock this morning, and even a passing thunderstorm there as it moves off towards the Highway 395 area just after 3 o'clock this morning. In the last 3 hours over Donner Summit, we've had a couple of passing showers, maybe enough to create a little bit of a damp pavement, but not enough to generate puddles on this Monday morning. South Lake Tahoe down and through Public Pines. If you were, let's say, had a friend or loved one camping out at Jenkinson Lake Sly Park area, maybe they heard a rumble of thunder right around 3 o'clock this morning. In the overall view here, Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, you may get brushed with a sprinkle or two, but overall trend is most of these clouds that we're seeing right now from the downtown Skycam will be clearing out and thinning out, especially beyond about 9 to 10 o'clock this morning, and that's when the threat of thunderstorms will start to go away as well. We've got a mild start out there thanks to the clouds. Will be in the mid-80s by mid-morning, warming on up today to another hot afternoon with highs in the upper 90s to about 103 in most valley communities. Coming up in my full forecast, I'll take you through when we see an end to this heat wave. 6:02 right now. Checking in with Aaron to see what's on the highways.
Yep, and starting on that Fix 50 project in the south area of the Sacramento grid, you're taking a live look at 50 and 24th Street right there. Not terrible at this point in the day, but it gets a little worse with every 10 minutes or so at this point in the morning. Everything else flowing quite nicely across Sacramento. If we take a look at Stockton, Stockton has had some issues this morning. We do have some slow and go, but as you can see, no incident to speak of. I'm keeping an eye on that for us, though. If we take a look at Manteca, Lathrop, we're doing quite nicely this morning. Just some construction projects that we are so used to by this point. Now, Tracy has had some issues for the last hour or so. We have a non-injury wreck blocking the shoulder at 580, and then this very traumatic injury wreck that is a hit and run with someone in a ditch at West Larch Road headed westbound. If we take a look at those traffic times not terrible at this point in the day. 26 minutes, I-5 to 580, 27, 205 to 680 in Sacramento doing quite well. But let's talk about Sacramento. Happening this morning, crews will begin work on replacing the gas main out on Broadway. The construction work will cause both eastbound lanes between 16th and 20th to close for up to 2 weeks. So that will create some traffic issues. This is video from earlier this morning where they're having those signs in place alerting drivers about what's about to happen. PG&E has contracted Ty Kurt to perform the repairs. Detours are set up. Pedestrians and business access will remain open. The closure is expected to last until July 30th. Back to you guys.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Well, the impacts of a record-breaking winter continue to be felt in our reservoirs, rivers, and even hiking trails.
KCRA3's Mike Tassell live at Folsom Lake, where he is talking about snow in mid-July. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, before we get to the snow, let's talk about the sunrise. I can't get enough of this morning with the clouds. We got that little sliver of orange and pink there between the tops of the Sierra and the bottom of the clouds here this morning. In recent years, amid the drought, it seemed like every summer coming out here at Folsom Lake was to discuss how low this lake would go and how short the boating season might end. But this year, if you've hiked in the Sierra, you know the snow has lasted all the way into mid-July. And take a look at this. When it comes to the snow melt, this is a look at the trail at Wapama Falls at Hetch Hetchy Reservoir. There was so much water still flowing over parts of the trail that you can see hikers there having to navigate through ankle-deep water. One of our KCRA3 viewers sent me this video after seeing Explore Outdoors and wanted to go to Yosemite National Park and visit the falls. But keep in mind, this winter, just to give you some perspective, dumped the equivalent of 40 million acre feet of water into the Sierra snowpack by April, and that snow melt continuing to have an impact here at Folsom lake. In fact, the amount of Sierra snowmelt still flowing into Folsom Lake has the lake standing at about 131% above its historical average for this date. The lake level at 459 feet, which is roughly 2 feet below its highest point so far this year. Back out here live, in the words of my photographer Paul Westbrook, sure is a lot of water in the lake. Well, the lake, storage-wise, is at 92%, so just 8% below being completely full. And as of the latest reading, there was still 3,500 cubic feet per second of water flowing into this lake. A very different scene from the recent drought years when coming out here and reporting live for the news meant talking about how low this lake might go and just how short the boating season might be. For now, man, sure is nice to be talking about the opposite. A lot of water continuing to still flow in to area reservoirs. Live at Folsom Lake this morning, Mike Tassell, KCRA 3 News.
Mike, thanks so much for that live report. And we do have a list of resources that you could access at any time as the heat continues this weekend throughout the summer. It's all on the KCRA 3 app. You can also get info on power outages if you lose your power and keep track of temperatures across the region.
Well, a wildfire that was sparked by a lightning strike 2 weeks ago has suddenly taken off in Yosemite. Here's a look at where the Pika fire is burning. It began near North Dome June 29th, then suddenly grew to 650 acres yesterday, filling the valley with smoke. Yosemite firefighters shared these photos from the fire. They are using a confine and contain strategy, letting the natural barriers and trail contain the fire while they strengthen the control lines. This morning, firefighters in Colusa County are dealing with a vegetation fire that has burned more than 20 acres. The Ladoga fire is burning to the south of East Park Reservoir in Colusa County. Time-lapse video here from earlier this morning. Now, according to CAL FIRE, it has burned 20 to 25 acres in the grassy woodland so far. CAL FIRE says this one is in a remote area and firefighters are trying to find better access to it. In Southern California, where the rabbit fire continues to grow, a fire in Riverside County has now burned 7,600 acres. CAL FIRE has it listed as 25% contained currently. At least one evacuation order has been issued due to the flames. Rabbit fire is one of 4 burning in Riverside County currently, with 2 of those fires threatening almost 2,000 structures. Well, fire investigators in Woodland are still trying to determine what sparked a fire that damaged 5 homes over the weekend. Video here from Saturday. Officials now say it spread to 5 houses and an outbuilding. Crews from across the area came out to help, and several firefighters suffered heat-related issues. It was so hot. All are expected to be okay.
Happening this morning, the sentencing hearing for Robert Somerville is scheduled to resume. Earlier this year, a San Joaquin County jury convicted Somerville of second-degree murder for shooting and killing a Stockton fire captain who was responding to a fire. The 68-year-old said he didn't know there was a fire and thought Max Fortuna was trying to break into his business.
Moving now to a change in leadership for Sacramento State. And this morning, the university has a new president. Longtime
President Robert Nelson retired over the weekend, handing over the reins to Luke Wood. He's a familiar face in the capital city. KCRA 3's Leticia Ordaz is live on campus with his message.
Brandy and Teo, good morning. The welcome signs are up throughout campus here at Sacramento State. We are told the new president, Luke Wood, will arrive on campus just before 8 this morning, and he's going to be meeting with some students at 8:15 over at the University Union. If you want to stop by and get to know him, President Luke Wood is not new to the Sacramento area. He says this is a homecoming. This is a place where he met his wife, a place that gave him the opportunity to succeed despite the obstacles that he faced as a foster youth. He says it's a dream come true to return the favor and invest in the community that invested in him. Wood is a 2-time Sac State graduate. He earned both his bachelor's and master's degrees at the university. He was recruited from San Diego State, where he was the vice president of student affairs and campus diversity. President Wood says he is ready to continue the legacy of President Nelson, making student success his top priority.
One of the things that Sacramento State has accomplished over the past several years under President Nelson is increasing the graduation rates significantly from 8% to almost 30% now. And so it's about building on that foundation to continue to improve, because we want to make sure that every student who comes to the campus has the opportunity to succeed.
And President Luke Wood will be very busy this week. He kicks off his sessions with students at 8:15 over at the University Union. If you missed today, not to worry. He has events planned throughout the week. Reporting live at Sacramento State, Leticia Ordaz, KCRA 3 News.
All right, Leticia, thank you. Well, this week on Capitol Hill, the House is tackling a major spending bill that could impact how you fly over the next 5 years. Lawmakers are considering funding for the Federal Aviation Administration, including programs to improve infrastructure and the workforce. KCRA 3's Amy Liu is in Washington this morning with more on what chances this bill has to pass.
Well, with the House voting on the bill later this week, a bipartisan committee of 63 lawmakers unanimously greenlit the bill, which they say will ensure the American gold standard in aviation. The Securing Growth and Robust Leadership in American Aviation Act modernizes FAA programs in infrastructure, safety, and the workforce. It comes after a number of incidents earlier this year where an outdated system malfunction grounded flights across the country and near misses between planes under air traffic control. Aviation experts say the legislation will also help hire more pilots and air traffic controllers while ensuring safety for flight attendants and with a banned passenger list and update emergency standards. The FAA's acting head testifying before lawmakers earlier says the funding will maintain the U.S.'s safety record.
The FAA operates the safest, most efficient aerospace system in the world. But this is not by accident. Simply put, safety is not free. The recent close calls remind us that safety requires continuous, predictable, and robust funding.
The bill still needs the Senate's approval, which introduced its own version proposing $107 billion in the industry. In Washington, I'm Amy Liu.
Yeah, thank you, Amy. There hasn't been an FAA administrator since early last year when Trump appointee Steve Dickson resigned halfway through his 5-year term. Dickson tried to steady the ship after the Boeing 737 MAX safety scandal, you'll remember. His successor was Billy Nolan, who you heard from a moment ago. He stepped down as acting administrator just last month. And earlier this year, President Biden's nominee, Phil Washington, withdrew after senators voiced concern over his qualifications. Then, Polly Trottenberg, New York City's former transportation commissioner, who also served in the Obama administration's transportation department, is the current acting administrator. President Biden hasn't nominated a permanent replacement, though.